Yeah, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, man.
Okay, now based on your experience at BudgIT, what are the major challenges Nigeria faces in ensuring effective fiscal oversight?
Okay, so over time we've always understand that there has been like a disparity, a huge variance in the number of persons that are knowledgeable about citizen engagement, that are knowledgeable about fiscal information. You understand? So what we try to just do is to ensure that citizens should understand that governance is not a mystery. So the whole idea of the creation of budget came into play, where we started with ensuring that the disparity between the ruling class and the citizen is, we try to bridge the gap. We did what we started ensuring that people understand the budget. Where the budget is not available, we make available for the budget for the citizens. Before now, there was nothing like citizens' budgets. We started doing like before international body ensured that or make it mandatory for government of countries to provide citizen budgets. We within BudgIT, we were the first people to start the whole citizen budget, where a version of the budget that the citizen can understand, just a version where everything that concerns governance, is embedded. Talking about micro and macroeconomic assumptions too. It's inside. There's going to be a difference between this class of people and the other class of people in terms of knowledge, the knowledge gap. So what we'll do is bridge the gap. Now that we've bridged the gap, there are some set of persons that want more information. What we now do was now ensure that we respond to data requests. You understand? When you need certain data in terms of governance, we share with you, to enhance fiscal oversight, because civil society organizations like us alone cannot do it. So then we evolve over time to where we are right now. We've created different civic tech tools over the years, and to where now we've now incorporated the happening technology, which is artificial intelligence, into fiscal management. Over to you, please.
How can digital technology be leveraged to improve revenue collection process in Nigeria?
So yes, these are conversations that we've had with different stakeholders, private, people within the private sector, people within the the government themselves, and in fact, as a matter of fact, some states have actually incorporated it into the system. Even at the federal level, it has been incorporated into the system already. With the new tax bill, where all taxes are going to be unified. There's what they call it. I think the Federal Inland Revenue Service is creating a system where anybody can just pay their taxes by themselves online in terms of revenue collection. At the subnational level, as a matter of fact, Kaduna State, Delta State, I think Delta State and some other states. I'm sure about Kaduna State. In fact, has a digital revenue collection base where you can just pay online. Now you don't have to be dealing with fiscal people. People coming to come and meet you to collect money. Now it's also settled the issue of multiple taxing system. So if you pay into that system, you can easily, for remittances, the loophole has been blocked in terms of persons coming to collect revenue and not getting to the right source. Also for monitoring and evaluation of such platform, when you have a front end where the user makes payments, or there should be a back end where you can monitor such payments. And the beautiful part of it is it makes you will be able to come up with estimates, real-time estimates, in terms of human behavior, to know how people make payments. For example, Kaduna State, what they did with the Kaduna State Revenue Board, what they did was to create a dashboard where in the office of the of director of the revenue board, he can see how a certain local government is responding to tax payments on an hourly basis. You understand? So per hour, per minute, per day, there's a way you can measure it. So by this, you can have like an holistic understanding of revenue inflow. So if you want to make estimates, you will not just wake up and just say, okay, I promise to make so certain amounts. So if you're coming up with estimates, you're coming up with facts based on research, based on inflows over time. You know, one of the issues that we are suffering in Nigeria is because our budgeting system is just some set of persons just sit down behind the desk and just come up with numbers. It is not backed with facts. For example, if you look at the budget of 2025, you are going to be surprised that the estimate is about over 20 trillion naira, that they're going to make 20 trillion naira in certain revenue, or 30 trillion naira in certain revenue. Meanwhile, the maximum they made before is 6 trillion naira, which is in 2024. So what have you put in place for you to make 30 trillion naira in 2025? Why the jump? That's over 800% jump. Why such jump? You will know that is not based on facts. It's not based on trend. It is just you sitting down and just wishing that something is going to happen. So for you to make come to such a decision, that means you've looked at it over the last 3-4 years. That, I am sure that at least I can make this certain money. So it's going to be very, very realistic. So now, for you to have if you have that kind of dashboard, you can have realistic, estimates. You can come up with realistic estimates. For somebody like me, if I want to speak to the everyday Nigerian now, I will say that let's say, for example, for the past 5 years, my inflow is around a certain amount. But I now wake up one day that I will be making times 8 of that amount. What am I working with? What have I put in place to ensure that? Is it realistic enough? So, but with this kind of system, you can come up with realistic numbers. You can say, okay, this is also part of the sector. I'm going to make certain amounts from it. This is a realistic amount based on what you've seen. That's what technology do for you. In terms of revenue, the aspect of at the federal level, the aspect of the non-oil revenue has been settled.
What are the primary barriers to adopting innovative technology solutions for fiscal management in Nigeria?
First, political will.
Oh, political will.
One of them is political will. We have one of the best. In fact, in Africa, they call Yaba Nigeria. They call it Yabacon Valley because it has housed Meta, it has housed Google, it has housed CC Hub, it has housed so many. In fact, it is headquarters for most telecommunications company. So we have the tool. We have more than enough resource in terms of the expatriates to achieve it. I can tell you that in Lagos alone, you have over 2,000 tech stars developing tech guys that can come up with anything for you. So it's not even about the human resource. The human resource is there, but the political will. I will quickly use one aspect for example. Look at what happened with the IRF portal for the 2023 election.
Yeah.
It has been tested for months, it was going and everything, but on the day of the election, what happened? It crashed.
Yeah.
I am not going to look at the political dynamics to it, but why would something like that happen? For you to even to have achieved something like that, it tells you that you are there. So all you all need to do is monitoring and evaluation, political will. If this head, for example, if the Bad administration is interested in transformative technology, it is going to happen. The Nigeria has been investing heavily in security over the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Heavily. So it means a lot to them. That is why they are investing in it. If we decide to pick technology and say technology is going to be like the next big thing for us, we will get there. So it's just about a policy. It's about monitoring and evaluation of and implementation of the policy. For Nigeria, it's not about coming up with policies. It's the implementation that is the issue. You understand? So it's about following up. So it is the political class. The resource, yes. I have a lot of friends within the tech space that I know that can settle the issues that we're facing in Nigeria. A lot. If you even look through the 2025 budget, there is a lot of digitalization going on. Every ministry, department, and agencies are investing heavily in digitalization. So I will not say that they are not open to it. I will not say it's not a conversation being had at the moment, but it is how we are going to enhance the transparency in implementing these all of these transformative technologies. Do you understand? Hopefully, we are going to have a better election year. A properly digitalized election where anybody can sit down in their house and vote. You understand? Or there's going to be a better system because, of course, if you look at it, internet is almost everywhere. Telecommunication is almost everywhere in Nigeria. So if you can have access to telecommunication, you should be able to vote in your house.
Yeah.
All you just need to do is have a unified identification system. If you can identify that you are this person, and you can do that on your phone. You understand? That's all. Impute your BVN. Sorry, your BVN or your NIN, any of them, and it verifies that it is you. You can just say, hey, you can just vote there, and that's all. This is just one of it. If we look at of course, what I do is AI and data management. If you look at what AI the transformative power of AI, you can use AI to run some heavy regression analysis and see where things can be better. For example, in terms of governance, the budget of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you can run the budget through AI. Looking at what you have before and what is submitted. If the issues of repetitions can be settled, issues of price manipulations can be settled, issues of geo mapping can be settled. Because one of the things that we've outlined in our analysis of the budget is that most projects are overpriced, have been inflated. You can use AI to check the cost of the item, the square meters, maybe the kilometers, or a proper evaluation of an expenditure, and it tells you that yes, this is the price, or it gives you a closer estimate based on inflation or other measurable vices. You understand? So it is easy. Things can change. Technology is actually the next level for Nigeria. You understand? We know and they know. Just the problem is, okay, you wanted to say something, sir?
Okay, because of time, next few questions, we have less than about 8 minutes or so left. So I just want to see how we can be able to get our questions and answers across so that we can be able to get people can get to understand some of these points you're making that are very important. You understand? They are very, very important. Now, how important is capacity building and training in ensuring the effective use of AI and data tools for fiscal oversight?
Come again, please.
I said, how important is capacity building and training in ensuring the effective use of AI and data tools for fiscal oversight?
See, if you want to run, or you want to drive an inclusive government.
Yes.
If you want to drive an inclusive government, you need a high data literacy. You need to build the capacity of the people. You need to invest in, the people that would at the end of the day benefit from this. You understand? Heavily, and it can be easily done. If your target audience is people within a certain academic level, literacy rate, you can just infuse it into the academic curriculum at certain level. If you want to catch them young, you can include it at the level of primary school. But compulsorily, secondary Preschool is where you behavioral change, where you because that's going to be like the adolescent age towards the teenage years. That is where you are going to shape your next level of change makers. You are going to be heavy on technology. You are going to be teaching them heavily. And when you are teaching them, you're not just teaching them because you just want them to have an understanding of computer science. There should be an end goal.
Yeah.
That you should know that if there are 30 million or if there are 30 million children in secondary school, you know that at least you have 50 million solid people that understand technology. And if you have 50 million solid people that understand technology, you can trickle down this knowledge at every base. Because, for example, maybe I'm the oldest in my house. I am in SS3. Yeah. I have like 3 siblings in secondary school. I can share the knowledge with them. The higher I go, so you build the mind of this student that they too needs to, be a part of the change. As I'm teaching you, you are teaching the people behind. You are teaching the people behind. Before you even get to the tertiary institution, at the tertiary institution, it is very, very easy because you must have a certain level of literacy rate, understanding to get to tertiary. So those ones is easy to even. But you see, at that secondary school. Yeah.
Go ahead. Just go ahead. You wanted to make a point. Just finish your point.
At the secondary school, if you can do that from JSS1 to SS3, you solve 45% of the problem.
Yeah, but with whatever we say about technology, it also comes with its risk also, because no matter we must also look at Now, in your opinion, what are the potential risks associated with increasing reliance on technology for fiscal oversight, and how can it be mitigated? If we can just answer this thing in 2 minutes.
So I actually don't see problem with relying on technology.
Okay.
Same thing with AI. People are very, very worried about AI. What AI just does is to ensure that the number of times it makes you better at what you do. If you are using 30 hours for a certain task, AI can use you to 5 to 2 hours. Now you have other time to do more other administrative stuff. You have time to learn more. I will not really look into the negative aspects, because you say that it makes you over reliant. For you to be over reliant, that means you also build your capacity to a level. So you have more time to also do other things. So people are always looking at the negative side, that you get so addicted, you will not want to you will not want to get into deep thinking. If AI is doing deep thinking for you, it gives you more time to do other aspects of your life. And as a matter of fact, AI will only do deep thinking. You will still have to do more. You still have to do. In fact, you are even doing more. Not you will still have to do more, because you will need to tell the AI how you want it. That means you will need to think faster than the AI.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, with AI, you are doing more, but you are doing it better.
Okay.
So
now, my final question to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, my final question to you. Now, how can technology empower citizens and civil society to participate more, let's say more actively, in fiscal oversight and accountability? If you can just help me answer this question in 60 seconds, I'll be very happy.
Okay. So I will speak to just one tool, which we have. It's called BudgIT. Yeah, BudgIT is an AI. And now what we've been able to do is we've had more citizens being engaged. Before now, CSOs like us would need to go to the space or talk about it on social media, or respond to data requests or try to engage them. But all a citizen needs to do now is just go to www.bimi.budgit.com, and everything they want to know about governance, everything they want to know to be an active citizen is there for them.
You have to repeat that site again. You have to repeat it again.
www.bimi.budgit.org. BIMI.
Tosi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me too?
You have to repeat that website again so that the listeners will hear you.
Okay, it is www.bimi.budgit.org. BIMI is BIMI .budgit.org.
Okay.
So on this AI is an AI chatbot,
where
anybody can access and ask questions about governance. You can know about the budget. You can know everything that you need to know. Be an active citizen to engage legislators, to engage the executive. So that's how technology makes life better for people. It's just very, very simple. And I can actually still mention other tools that makes life better for citizens in Nigeria. So this is just one.
Tosin, what I will assure you is I will still bring you back on this show again, and we'll get to discuss this. Network has given us a lot of disruptions today, but I'll bring you back on this show so that we'll have, you give more of what you're currently sharing with me so that our listeners can learn more. Oluwatosin Iseniyi, I hope I got your surname right, too. Head of the AI and Data Unit at BudgIT Foundation. Thank you for joining me on my show today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.